Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle and today is a very exciting video for us 90s babies. I've received in the mail my Colourpop order, which includes the Lizzie McGuire collection. I thought it's only right to do like a full-on 90s makeover, really. I did get a few additional bits with my order and I just thought why not use as much Colourpop as I can, so I've also got other things in my collection that we're going to be using today to create a full look. When I saw sneak peeks of this collection, my internal child kind of screamed a little. It kind of came out of the blue. I feel like it's a very particular audience, like it's a very particular market Colourpop is attaining to with this particular collection, because unless you're like a 90s baby and you watch Disney Channel, you would have no idea what Lizzie McGuire is really. But it hit me in the nostalgia feels. I love Lizzie McGuire, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, That's So Raven. Oh, I'm just reminiscing of my childhood right now. So yeah, they really drew me in with this one and I kind of like had no self-control. I just clicked add to cart and I had to get it. I'm excited to do some bright colourful makeup with the palette today because it is very bright on the inside. But yeah, I'm excited to dip dive right into this collection. If you are new to my channel and you're just now stopping by, I hope you decide to stick around. If you'd like to, all you need to do is hit the red button down below and the little bell button and that'll notify you when I upload next. But yeah, I'm super excited. So without further ado, if you want to see my full-on 90s makeover, what I create and my thoughts on this collection, then just keep on watching. Alright, so let's clip this hair back out of my face. Oh wait, what? What am I doing? I came prepared for this. Oofed. These are a blast from the past. Gotta do the whole experience, you know, with my butterfly clips. If you're wondering, I got these from Amazon. I'm not sure why you would be wondering, but just in case, I shall link them down below. Okay, so I think the first thing we should do is eyes, because that's kind of the star of the show, right? So we have the This Is What Dreams Are Made Of palette. Hey now, this is what dreams are made of. I got... Somebody stop me. Okay. I love this packaging. It's just everything with little mini Lizzie on the packaging. Oh my gosh. And this whole tie-dye is just, I mean, it's so 90s. She is on the physical palette as well, and oh my god, I just realized it's like holographic. Oh my god. I feel like a little kid right now. This one does actually have a mirror in it. The previous one that's in this format that I have with Raw Beauty Christie, it doesn't actually have a mirror, so I do appreciate that actually. I do recognise that that's to be more eco-friendly though. It has a little peel. Let's do it together. Oop. And this is the colour story. I love it. I feel like it's got pops of colour but also the neutrals needed as well. Oh my god, the names. Please. Dear Diary. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. So it looks like we've got 6 shimmers and then 2 kind of mattes with shimmer in them, which I personally don't mind, but I know some people don't like them. And then all in all we have 4 matte shades, which really isn't that much in a 12-pan palette really. But the shades in here are gorgeous. I love the limes and the purples. It's just very nostalgic. I also really like this shade, which is Please. It's so sparkly. Should I swatch it? Oh, is it one of their glitters? Maybe. It's very fine though. It's so gorgeous, oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, it's actually one of their pressed glitters, which I personally don't mind, but just a heads up. Okay, let's just get some primer on, shall we? So I'm just using the Sigma eye base. This is in the shade Ignite. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is peach to purple on the top of the lid and then I'll do bright green on the lower lash line. That's my idea. I think we're going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So the first shade I'm going to go into is actually going to be So Mature, which is a matte one, but it's got some shimmer through it. It actually looks really pretty. I'd love it if it came out like this on the lid. Very powdery. That is pretty. You can kind of see the sparkle. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. In real life it is actually adhering to the lid though. This is why I wanted to go in with this colour first of all, is to make sure that it actually sticks to the lid. I'm going to take this above the crease. I may blend it with a colour, but for now I just kind of want it to be there, you know, and chill. It's so pigmented. I'm leaving the very inner corner blank because I'm probably going to add another shade there. Now I'm going to go into the shade called Digital Bean. I can't with these names. If you know, you know. And I'm going to and I'm gonna go right on the outer corner. Now, purples are notoriously hard to blend and formulate, so fingers crossed this goes well. Very dusty in the pan. I found that last time with Colourpop eyeshadows. We are gonna add a shade in between. I'm kind of doing this a little bit differently just because I want this to all blend really well. Looks like a little bit of patchiness going on. Don't know if you can see here, but it's kind of a little bit patchy on my lid there, which is annoying. You know what I think it might be? I don't think I took my eye base far enough out, so that might be why. I'm just gonna try cleaning up here, add in a little bit more base and see if that helps. I'll be right back. Alright, so I added a little bit more eye base and then just kind of blended over the shadow a little bit, and it seems to have stuck down a little bit better, but there is still just a teeny bit of patchiness, which is disappointing. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Outfit Repeater, which is another one of these kind of sequin shadows, and I'm going to blend these two shades together. Ooh, I think you can see the shimmer in this one. It's so pretty. I do just want to blend it a little bit, so I'm gonna go in with the shade it's literally what it's called. It's like a baby pink, you know, and I am just going to go through and blend these shades. It's coming out a little bit deeper on my eye, I'm finding. I'm gonna try blending the edges over here as well. So far I don't know if I'm feeling this. I don't feel like it's blending that well. You know what? I think I'm gonna take this off, think again about the look that I want to do it on this eye, and then I'll be right back because I'm not feeling the situation right now. Okay, I'll be 1 sec. Alright, so we are back and I played around a little bit and I've done pretty much what I wanted to do on this eye, but I've just blended it a little bit more. It's still not perfect. We're gonna carry on, okay, and do it on this eye. Just priming again with my Sigma base. I may try this out with the bases, see if they work a little bit better. I do find this base can give a little bit of a resistance with shadows for blending because it is quite matte. So maybe with a more emollient one it would be better, but this is my go-to, so I wanted to try it with this one first of all. First shade I'm going into is Done and Done, which looks quite neutral in the pan, but it does come out a little bit more peachy on the lid. I'm just gonna map out our shape with this colour, and I'm using more of a fluffy brush this time because it really just shears out the coverage of the shade. I'm taking this a lot higher than my crease because this is kind of like our blending shade for the other shadows. I don't know if you can tell, but like the way it comes out on my lid and the way it's like in the pan just looks a little bit more orangey. I'm not mad at it because it helps with the other colours, but it just looks different. That's all. I'm also gonna bring this down on the outer corner. It's gonna help the purple blend a little bit more as well. Now I'm going in with Digital Bean and I'm just gonna pat this on. I'm using a fluffier brush to help with the blend. Just patting the pigment down first of all. And then I'm just using the same brush to kind of blend out the edges really lightly and continue this winged out shape. See, it looks so much better already. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Outfit Repeater, and this shade is not as pigmented as the rest. I kind of had to build this one up a little bit. That's fine. I'm just gonna start patting this over top of the purple. As you guys can see, I'm kind of doing like an angle thing. Just tapping over the purple to blend it in. I mean, the pigment's fine, obviously, it's definitely there, but picking it up on the brush is just not much of an impact as the other shades, considering the colour as well, you know? Anyway, now I'm going into the shade So Mature, and we're going to do the inner corner. Again, leaving the very inner corner blank, because we're going to go in with a shimmer there. I love this peach shade, it's beautiful. Now I'm going to go in with the excess of Outfit Repeater and just pat over the edges to blend. I think it's definitely the technique that I used with these shadows that, you know, made them not work, but I would like to just be able to work with a palette, but you know, we make it work. And this is only my second attempt technically, so it hasn't taken too much effort. I can still live my 90s fantasy, it's all good. I'm gonna go back into the shade Done and Done on a little fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go over the edges, blend a little bit more. Okay, and then for the inner corner, I went into the shade Bye Bye, and I just popped that on the inner corner. Colourpop shimmer formula is so good. I brought this kind of onto the inner corner as well where I left the blank space, and then I went in with the excess of So Mature and just tapped over it to blend them. And then I wanted more sparkle, so I really wanted to try the shade Please. So I just took a little bit of a fluffy brush and I just dabbed it on the inner corner and then faded it out. I'm not sure if this glitter is technically icy. It is very fine. Please apply with caution. Basically just gone all the way over that peach shade with this. I'm just gonna clean up any fallout, which to be fair, because these mattes have like shimmer in them, there tends to be a lot of fallout. And also obviously the glitter. I think I'm gonna have to even myself out a little bit because I have a bit more purple over here, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. For the lower lash line, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of concealer before we go in, just so we have a little bit of a base for these shadows. I'm using the Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer, and then we're going in with the green. So the first one I went in with is Don't Freak, and I just brought this 3/4 of the way across my lower lash line, and I kind of stamped this on to get the most amount of pigment. And then I went in with the shade Dear Diary on the inner corner. This is such a pretty green. It's like a goldy green, you know? Alright, and that is it for the eyeshadow. For my waterline, I've used the Cream Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade Honeydude. I picked this up because I heard XO talk about it a lot, and it was finally back in stock. The liners are always out of stock, but it's just a nice nude. I also picked up Woodsy from the Beauty Christie collaboration. I finally got my hands on this. I really want the yellow as well. I think it's called Marigold, but yeah, super excited to try this one. Alright, so that is it for the eye look. I'll talk about my thoughts on the palette at the end. I now want to go and do my base, but before we do that, I picked up the lippy scrub that came with the collection. This is in the shade Bubble Pop. How cute is this packaging? I cannot get over it. Okay, this is the actual packaging for the lip scrub, and there's our little friend on the top there. Comes with a stopper, which I'm really grateful for. The Lush ones don't come with a stopper. Oh my god. That smells exactly like bubblegum. My lips need a little bit of a scrub right now. It looks very weird in the packaging. It doesn't look like a scrub. It's very fine. Let's just try some out, shall we? Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Yeah, it's very soft on the lips. It smells exactly like Tutti Frutti gum, which I don't know if that's like an international thing, but in the UK we had these strips of gum that were called Tutti Frutti. It also kind of smells like the wheels of bubblegum that we used to get. Oh my god, those are so good. I don't know if they still do those anymore. They totally should though. Yeah, that just like dissolves into the lips. That feels really good. It's very gentle because it's so nourishing, but I can feel my lips feel better already, so that's great. I don't know if you're supposed to eat it, but I did. I'm gonna go ahead, do my lashes, might put on some falsies, then we'll come back and try some base products. I've got the blush to try, which I'm really excited, so I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I've added some lashes and I did my brows as well. The lashes I've used are Halo by Poundlashes. I cut them down really short so they're just like outer corner lashes. Let's do the base. I don't have a primer by Colourpop, so I just use the NYX Marshmellow primer, but I'm going to use one of my favorites, which is the Pretty Fresh foundation by Colourpop. Honestly, this is just such a good foundation. And I'm also going to use a little bit more of the Pretty Fresh concealer as well underneath my eyes. Just apply this real quick. This is one that I can just literally slap on. It sits so nicely, you know? Ugh, I love it so much. I could probably do with a little bit of a color corrector right now because my under eye circles are not looking that good. It's fine, I'm just gonna stick to concealer for now. Let's just hope that they disappear. So I don't have a Colourpop powder, so I'm just going to use the MUA loose setting powder just to quickly set this down. Although to be fair, the other day I wore this without setting it and it actually wore really well. And you guys know I have oily skin, so it was very strange. But yeah, I just love this foundation so much and it's so affordable. Oh, by the way, whenever I post a Colourpop video, I always get questions of where I get Colourpop from, because I'm from the UK and I just order it directly from their website. The good thing about Colourpop is when you actually make your order, you pay tax, custom, everything like that at the same time, so you don't have to worry about anything additional being charged when you receive your item, which honestly was great to find out, because you know it's always scary from ordering from places like America because of customs and all that, but that's all sorted for you at checkout, which is great. So blush time. I picked up the pressed powder blush in the shade Mua Magnifique. Just loving all these references. It's packaging, I'm never going to be able to get over it. There were two blushes in the collection. There was one more lighter kind of cool tone pink, and then this one which is like a deeper hot pink. Which, to be honest, I did not really realize when I picked it up. And it also has shimmer in it. Let me just swatch it. Oh my gosh, that feels so soft. It doesn't look as intense on my hand, although the shimmer does. Yeah, maybe I'll just go in with a very light hand with this blush. Okay, one dip. I'm just gonna tap off some excess. You know, I kind of wish that they'd brought out like a mirror or something to go with this. I don't know, I'm a sucker for mirrors. Okay, so with a very light hand, it's working really well. Obviously, please bear in mind I'm very fair, so this may work a little bit better on like a medium skin tone better, but it is a very bright pink. I mean, it's true to like the 90s era, I would say, most probably. It is super pigmented, if you cannot see this. Oh god. And oh, okay, it does have quite a heavy shimmer to it, and when I say shimmer I mean actual glitter particles in there. I do not know how I feel about this, but you know what, we are here now. I mean, makeup has evolved so much since the 90s, so wow, we are pink. I mean, the formula looks really nice and it's really blendable. I've managed to kind of dull it down a little bit with my powder brush, so that's fine. I do just want to add a little bit of the excess to the tip of my nose. I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. Again, I don't have a Colourpop one. I'm going to use the Revolution Reloaded bronzer in the shade Holiday Romance, just to add a little bit more dimension, you know? I do really love this bronzer. It is so good. For highlight, I'm going to use the Colourpop Stole the Show Super Shock Cheek Highlighter. I have actually used this quite a bit. I do like the formula of it. It's like a wet look sheen, you know? Ooh, so pretty. I love the way the Super Shock shadows feel. Like they're just something else. I don't know how to describe them. And I have gone overboard with the highlight. It looks really pretty, so who cares? Now I actually also picked up this, which is the Freckle pen. I picked up the shade Soft Brown and I just thought I'd give it a go, you know? That looks very dark. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it on my arm and compare it to my actual freckles, because I am naturally a redhead. I do have quite a lot of frecklage on my body, so let's compare the shade, shall we? Please ignore how hairy my arms actually are. I am a mammal, funnily enough. But let's just put a few dots around my freckles and see if it kind of blends in. I guess that does not look that bad, and it does actually kind of blend in with my freckles, which is cool. Let's try this on the face, shall we? Ooh, I'm scared. They are a little bit harsh. I'm trying to be super duper light with this. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. It's just too harsh of like a stamp to look like an actual freckle. Freckles are almost like translucent, if that makes sense. It's part of your skin, so it doesn't look this deep. I'm just gonna try and like soften the tip a little bit, because maybe that's why it's looking a bit harsh. Okay, so I kind of went a little bit crazy with the freckle pen. I just wanted to try it out as much as possible and just see if I could work with it a little bit. I look like I've got dots all over my face. I tried really hard. In some places it worked better than others. I think this may work better on an unset base. I'm just gonna go over them with my blush brush to hopefully maybe tone them down a little bit. Yeah, they still just look a little bit too harsh for my liking, but you know what, we've done it now. I did also buy the Glitterly Obsessed glitter in the shade Sing to Me Paolo. Have you ever seen such a beautiful night? I could almost kiss the stars. You gotta get that Britney like cry in there, the that you've got to get that in there, otherwise it doesn't even count. Okay, you're not even singing the song properly. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Look at this. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can really use this anywhere though. I'm pretty sure this is just for like the body. I think this came in 2 shades, but this is the one I decided to go with. Whoa. Okay, that kind of smells like glue with a little hint of cucumber. This will definitely come in handy for more creative makeup. Actually, the next gemstone in my gemstone series is diamond. Yeah, I think I'll keep this for a different video. It does look super beautiful though. The final thing we have in the collection is the So Juicy glosses. I've never tried this formula before. I have tried the Luxe glosses from the Raw Beauty Christie collaboration, so I'm super intrigued. And there is also shimmer in here. I've noticed throughout this whole collection it's very shimmery, well, more glittery really. These came in 4 shades. I got the shades Lizzie and Miranda. I feel so smiley throughout this whole video because I'm living out my childhood dreams, okay? What I would have done to have this when I was a kid. So Lizzie is a clear gloss with some iridescent sparkle, and Miranda is a pink gloss with also iridescent sparkle. So which one do I put on my lips? Originally in my head I was gonna do like a bright pink lip, but looking at this eye look that I've created now, I think it'd be best to do a nude. So I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop lippy pencil in the shade BFF, and I'm just gonna quickly line my lips. I'm gonna apply a little bit of Dolled Out by Doll Beauty. It's a little bit more peachy than what I wanted, so I might go over with Miranda, see if we can pink it up a little. Hands Up who also had a squeezy lip gloss like this, or a gloss roll-on and a perfume roll-on. Ooh. Oh my god, they smell so good. They smell similar to the lip scrub, which is like that tutti frutti kind of scent. Okay, even though it has like a pinkish color to it, it doesn't really come up pink. It has like a hint to it. This is a very, very thick gloss formula. It's not particularly sticky though, which is nice. I am actually quite surprised without the sparkle. You can't really see it, which I am glad about. This collection was so shimmer heavy, but the actual lip gloss does not look glittery on the lips, so thank god. But yeah, that is everything I picked up from the Lizzie McGuire collection, and I think this is the finished look. Guys, what do you think? I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair, even though it's in its natural state, so it's probably the best 90s representation that I could give you. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go sort this out and I'll be right back. Okay, transformation is officially complete. All that's really missing is a flip phone and a groovy chick t-shirt, okay? I'm obsessed. I was sitting there for ages, I was thinking, how did I used to style my hair in the 2000s? And then I was like, duh, a steam crimper. Unfortunately, I don't have a steam crimper anymore, but I do have a normal one. So I decided to do these waves. But so many butterfly clips in my hair. I've also done a micro braid. Do any of you guys remember these? Can some people please tell me why we put ourselves through these things? By the end of this, I was like, oh my god, please just take me now because this is taking so freaking long. I now understand why we were desperate for machines to braid our hair back in the day, because this took so freaking long for one tiny little braid. But yeah, this is my 90s, well, really 2000s makeover, because Lizzie McGuire was aired in the 2000s, not in the 1990s. My bad. And I was born in the 1990s, but I lived through the 2000s. Does that make sense? Like, I was 6. You know, when the 2000s came in, so that's when I really bloomed as a person. Although I can tell you right now, I did not look like this in the 2000s. I feel like the 2000s aesthetic kind of forgot we all had an awkward stage. Like, I would have loved it if I was rocking out to Amy Winehouse, Britney Spears, Yosei, Steps, S Club 7, looking like this. That would have been amazing, but no. Your girl looked like this. This girl over here was getting low with Flo Rida, screaming yeah with Usher, and getting promiscuous with Nelly Furtado. Okay, this girl was not this. But anyway, I hope you guys like the finished look and enjoyed this video. I'll quickly touch on the products. Obviously, they're just first impressions. The eyeshadow palette, it was a little bit of a struggle. I mean, you guys saw firsthand. I had to wipe it off. But in the end, I do really like the look. And I think changing up my technique helped with the shadow application. I think it may work a little bit better with a little bit more of an emollient, wet, tacky base. Because the one I did use was a little bit more on the matte side. I do really like the color story in here. I think it's fun, it's colorful. It's definitely a throwback to the 2000s, I've got to give it that. Looking at my eyeshadow now, it still looks pretty good. I will say the lime green has kind of like faded a little bit underneath, but I think the best thing to do with that is to add an actual eye base instead of a concealer for a primer. But apart from that, I do really like the look that I came up with, and I love the glitter on the lid. It's so pretty. If you're a Lizzie McGuire fan and you love the 2000s colours and everything, I think you're definitely not going to be disappointed. Just be wary of the application. The blush, I love the colour of it. It is a bit more on the pink side. I wish it was a little bit more peachy, but shearing it out, it looks really pretty. I do not like the sparkle in it. I feel like it is quite intense in here, but overall I made it work, and I've kind of like buffed it into the skin so the shimmer doesn't really show anymore. And with the light touch, it has worked for me. I definitely think it's better for deeper skin tones though. I really love the eyeliners. I don't know if I mentioned, I put Woodsy from the Colourpop X Raw Beauty Christie collection just on my tight line, so it adds a little bit of depth to my lashes. As usual, this formula is so good. They're some of the best eyeliners on the market, I feel. They just glide on so well and they're so pigmented. The lip scrub I actually really liked. It hasn't left like a weird residue or anything, and it really softened the lips, kind of prepped them ready for lip products. So I actually really like this, and it tasted and smelled really good too, which is always a bonus. The freckle pen I'm a little bit undecided on. Again, I want to try it on an unset base because I think it'll be easier to blend out then. On my nose especially, it was just a tough one, and it just looks obvious, you know. I feel like they're on the right track, but I just feel like this is a little bit too pigmented, and it is the lightest shade. They've got one deeper. Maybe if they had a paler shade, or just maybe thinned out the formula a little bit so it was more watery, it would probably work better. I don't know. I don't do faux freckles all the time, but I just thought I'd test this out, you know, to give it a go. I kind of want to get into faux freckles more because I am a freckly person, so I just think it will help my makeup kind of blend in with the rest of me, you know? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I'm thinking about picking up Freck, but that is so freaking expensive. So yeah, I just thought I'd test the waters out with the Colourpop one. Not 100% on it, but I'm gonna keep trying it and see what I think. And finally, the Miranda gloss. Very thick formula, but it's not sticky at all. It's a weird one. It's almost like a classic 2000s gloss, but less sticky. I can definitely feel it on my lips though, and it almost feels cooling. I don't think these have a cooling agent to them. I don't know. It feels kind of cooling, but not plumping. I don't know. These smell amazing as well. These smell like the lip scrub, which is very pleasant, but it doesn't linger. I can't still smell it, which is nice. So yeah, I think that's all of the products because everything else I've tried before. Let me know in the comments what you think of this look. Did I kind of emulate the 2000s vibe? I hope I did. If you enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up so I know. It really helps out my channel. If you're brand new and you're just now stopping by, I hope you decide to subscribe. If you'd like to, all you need to do is hit the red button down below and the bell button, and that'll just notify you when I upload next. I'm gonna go and love you and leave you. Maybe take some cute pictures because I am feeling this vibe right now. Yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys. To the window, to the wall, to the wall, to the window, to the wall. Oh god. Oh god.